That's an exterior. What are they doing in an exterior? At least I think that's what that is. Well, I don't like this, not at all.
They're being violent. The cops are on their side. DC police, this is sad.
Take the bed.
Alright. This is interesting.
I've never seen it before. I do know that there's someone who's like a local person here, so that's not. So in that case, I honestly have no idea. That was what I was guessing. Generic unknown white guy.
Classic.
To drag them out.
Yeah, you're right.
Danger, danger, there's a fascist in the White House. It's up to us to drag them out. Up to us to drive them out. Behind the banner.
It's up to us to drive him out.
It's up to us to drag him out.
Danger, danger, there's a
Fascists in the White House. Danger, danger. there's a fascist in the White House. It's up to us to take them out. Danger, danger, there's a fascist in the White House. Fascist in the White House. It's up to us to drive him out. Danger, danger, it's a fascist in the
You gotta
White
do what you gotta do in order to get the sound all working the way you gotta get it working.
It's a fascist in the White House.
It's up to us.
It's just kind of one of those things.
We need him removed, sir.
I think we're good to go. You know how you define future people always just Alright, I gotta get some scissors.
That was the following.
Just like a white guy.
Trump's gotta go now. Trump must go now.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight. I don't know. I was asking someone else, and actually I have no idea.
I mean, I don't keep track. There's like 4 of them. They seem like MAGA streamers.
I guess so, but yeah, I don't recognize them.
Well, I don't know where on God's finger my scissors. It seems like I've seen them fairly recently. And you gotta be very careful when you're opening these things, because if you're not careful when you're opening these things, they'll go everywhere. And so it's really, really, really better that you know where your forking scissors are at. And it just aggravates me that I know that I've seen them recently and now I can't find them. So. So, you know that these are one, so you know that we want one. Got some still in there. Well, they're very pretty. Well, I hate to break it to y'all, but Trump's not going anywhere.
Trump must go, Trump must go now. Trump must go, Trump must go now. Trump must go, Trump must go now. Trump must go, Trump must go now.
Oh shit, I've never seen this.
Trump must go, Trump must go now.
Person, you see the banners on the side of the building? Look at this Hitler-esque shit.
Alright, so this is all number one. So number one is going to go on here, wherever you see the one number one. So let's see how we want to do this. Do the center, I guess. You can't see the image very good. It's going to be Mary and Joseph with the infant Jesus. Try this half of it and dust and stuff while I work on the other half. I'm right-handed, and with this on the right side, it's kind of in my way. So let's see if we can get it. Ugh, the setup is not working. Can't do it without bumping it.
Ridiculousness. This fucking ridiculousness. Just the banners move, the people stay where you are.
They
Continue going behind the banners like you were before. Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
My goodness.
Watch your profanity.
These people just cannot help themselves. There, now I can do this without... Man.
Join us now. And the ones who didn't vote, that's why we got it. Now you get what you get. Most of my co-workers voted for Trump.
So that the photo takes.
Folks on the end, folks on the end, folks on the end without banners, keep moving down.
Keep moving down. You guys are doing great.
Oh, nice back, beautiful. Don't worry, I saw everybody else there too. All right. You can do two things at once. You can walk and talk. All right. So keep moving. Folks on the phone. Well, I'm gonna say folks on the phone right. Different phone right. Folks on that right hand side. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Going down. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We got a lot of people behind you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
It would have been better to just keep
I
marching.
think it's so funny about how these
Like,
they
literally
wanna-
just have the thing have this.
they just want to order each other around during these
Now it feels
protests.
fake.
Yeah, I was waiting in the corner.
Right, to get
starting
the
to
whole
that
thing going
shot.
through it, and
Yeah,
then
like everybody just stopped.
stop, reorganize, make us thinner on the street. Make it seem like we have less of us.
Problem with this is that you're dealing with people that don't like being told what to do. They don't like being told to listen to authority. And you're out here like, get behind the banner and stay behind the banner and do this and do that. It's so weird. It's just kind of ironic. I mean, they're trying to avoid it from just divulging into mass chaos, but it is a little bit chaotic because you got people on megaphones, you got people playing instruments, and you got people chatting things. And I also never understood the call and repeat of the protest thing.
There are two sections. Say one vote for a blue man. Or another black person. Trump is only here to serve his
Even with her megaphone, it's kind of hard to make out everything that she's saying.
They're voting their interests. And Trump knows it. Mr. Chief.
She's telling him to fill in the back, apparently.
White women hate here we are. Kamala Harris rap. So she
This one did not. I hear you. I hear you.
I guess they're maybe they're trying to get everyone's picture or something.
They voted for them.
I don't know.
The white men that don't like me. He told me.
So what's going on over here?
He was found liable. Trump was found liable in civil court for sexual assault. He was found guilty in state court, and everybody that prosecuted Trump, he is now prosecuting them.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What's the difference between criminal and civil? What's the difference between criminal and civil court?
Civil court is when you're held liable and you get fined a monetary value. Criminal court is prosecution, and the evidence must be anonymous. One way. In civil court is the preponderance of the evidence.
Yeah, he's got that part right.
100%.
So lower murder than right?
No, it's not. It gotta be majority, not everybody. Let's get it right.
But I thought he said something about it being anonymous in civil. Or maybe he was saying it doesn't have to be unanimous. Maybe that's what he was saying.
You guys with the banner. The lead banner, we need you to walk to the front. We need you at the front. Okay, we just need a few extra hands on the banner to help him move. Okay.
Oh gosh.
All right, so where's our other Trump must go banner? Let's get that one at the front. Everybody here.
The banners are the most important thing. The banners need to be center stage. That's how we know that we're peaceful. Because the banners are front and center.
All right, do we have the banner at the front? Okay, you'll count it. All right, everybody, we're gonna get this march back moving again. Hey, where are the handmaids? Can we get the handmaids to help us in the front? If there's handmaids, come on up to the front. We would love to have you in the
Tough
front
job,
to
Chris.
help.
Right? Seriously. Put them to work.
They're hearing me. They're gonna hear us. All right, handmaids, if you don't mind making a line at the front, because we would like up front. Our banner is broken at the moment. Here we go. Line up. Will you help line the handmaids up at the front, and we're gonna get everybody
Oh
on.
gosh. They spend more time trying to organize themselves than they really do protesting.
Let's go in behind the banner. Here we go.
Trying to make sure here that we get and we avoid a lot of the cat hair that inevitably gets on everything in my house.
All right, so listen up. We would like it if the handmaids could stretch to the edge. You don't have to be in front of where the banner is, but just what's helpful is first of all you're
I'm gonna do it this time.
and second of all, you need a front line right now to keep people together.
So I think we're ready to go ahead and switch out to different diamonds.
All right, here we go. You guys are beautiful. Step very slowly and follow these beautiful images. Okay, let's get this march moving on a powerful note. Why we are here in the first place. So I want you to repeat after me. We can start moving forward while we do this. Deportations, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. ICE Gestapo, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Transracial, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. More on women, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Genocide in Gaza, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Troops on the street, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Arresting dissidents, we say no.
need my scissors.
War on science, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Fascist America, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Deportations, we say no. Deportations, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. ICE Gestapo, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Fascist orders, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go.
I've got to figure out something. I've got to get something to cut things.
Now's the time for Trump to go. War on women, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Genocide in Gaza, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Troops on the street, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go.
Okay.
Arresting dissidents, we say
Thousand
no.
scissors.
Now's the time for Trump to go. Fascist America, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Fascist America, we say no. Now's the time for Trump to go. Trump must go now. Trump must go now. Trump must go now. Trump must go
Oh,
now.
yep. I was trying to avoid. Trust me, the only thing worse than glitter is when you knock over these diamond rings.
Who celebrate what they are doing to immigrants, to this injustice, the ones who raise their voices, and the ones who decide to stay silent. We decide which group we choose to be. And you choose to be on the streets today to raise your voices for all those that have been silent. Thank you so much.
So,
We are the people
Oh,
fighting for
there
justice,
is.
for humanity.
oh, I missed one. So right there. And right there. And the other ones on this end. Doesn't look like it. Looks like the big thing I might want to do. I think I'll start with the R.
Trump must go now. 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 Trump must go now.
of black color going on here. The thing that sets it off as having to be on my left is the fact that that's where I get up and I sit. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna start, I guess, on the R's.
A soldier having to move in with family or borrow money from family because they can't make ends meet because Congress won't appropriate the funds. Yes, sir. In this new America, it is the only thing our values.
Gotta get that hair away. Stupid cat hair. Oh my god.
have fascists in the White House.
It's up to us to drive them out.
It's up to us to drive them out.
Danger, danger, there are fascists in the White House.
Danger, danger, there are
I'm sorry, but okay. So let's just go with that. Trump is a fascist. But what ultimately are you solving by? You're not gonna drive him out by being outside just screaming. Like, this is gonna shape up to be really interesting looking, I think.
I guess it all worked out.
Well, we're not there yet, right? Isn't it the Supreme Court, the street up there? No, I agree. I don't think anything's gonna happen, but.
Take to the streets, Don't go home until we're free.
They want to make
Don't go home until we're free. So what? You're gonna stay out there 24/7? I don't think so.
Take to the streets in DC. Don't go home until we're free.
You're gonna go home eventually. What? As far as I know, they're not going to be occupying the streets of Washington 24/7. That's not going to happen. I would more understand them protesting at this point to try to open up the government.
Donald Trump, whatever you think the demonstration, just be strong. Just make your heart break for your fellow Americans. Not ready.
We're going to resist. We refuse to accept this fascist America. That's why we're here walking. And we will continue walking. We have a long way to go. We are going to continue walking for humanity, for justice, for those families that wish they could be here, for thousands that could be here.
Hey, hey! Hello! Donald Trump has got to go! Hello!
Donald Trump has got to go.
Hey, hey! Hello!
Donald Trump has got to go.
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, Donald Trump has got to go.
Well, I mean, Donald Trump will go eventually. It's not gonna be there forever. That looks really, really good. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh no. There we go.
All right, what I want you to, is this loud enough? Can you hear me even partway back? We're going to go on First Street. We're going to pass United Methodist, and then we get to the Supreme Court. We want people to have a chance to make a statement at that point. And then we're going to keep moving. The opening is to the left side of the street. It is not this wide. So we're going to rely on the creativity of this first banner to kind of help us divide. And I think the Handmaid's Tale seem to be very organized, and they should form maybe 3 rows of people that would be equivalent to one lane of traffic. And then when we get in front of the Supreme Court, Sansaro or others will have something to say. And then we're going to move on to be in front of the Capitol before we go to our closing rally.
All right, y'all, we're gonna walk together. Here we go. Let's get moving again. Trump must go now. Trump must go now. Trump must go now.
Yeah, I just got here. I just got battery. It's over after.
All right, so I need the handmaids to line up on this blue line right in the middle of the street. And I want the banner behind you. Right here, we're gonna get right in the middle. And we want all the protesters to fill in behind the court. Go behind them, right here. Line it up right here. Handmaids, banner, face that way. Back to the court, back to the court. There you go, perfect. Now I want that banner right at the edge of the street.
You doing all right?
Held high.
It's been a long day for
Yeah.
Can you help them? Get the banner right there at the back. And I want people to fill in behind the handmaids in front of them. Pull the banner back to the street, to the edge of the street. Back,
Oh my
back.
gosh.
The sidewalk, right to the edge of the sidewalk in the street. And I want people to fill in.
It's so funny that they
behind
think
the
it
handmaids.
matters where
Come
they
on here,
stand.
behind
I
the
don't
handmaids.
understand. I don't get it.
Keep coming down just a little bit more. All the people. All the people. Listen to this. We are here. This Supreme Court is the one that said Donald Trump has immunity and that he is above the law. People fill in behind the handmaids. Come all the way down, people. Come all the way down. We're going to get a photo and we're going to tell the world what we think of this court. Now we need, fill it in, fill it in. All the way down. All you people marching, come fill it in. Move
I
around
guess-
quickly. We want to take...
Tell the
Pick it
world.
up
I'm
here,
not
pick it
sure
up.
how much the
Keep
world
coming, keep
cares
coming.
what your opinion
Now,
is.
the people with the banner, can you get it any higher so it shows behind all the people? Are you able to lift it higher, or is that as high as it goes? Okay, maybe some people can help those with the banner. They've been carrying it all day. Some fresh hands help them hold it high. People fill in behind the handmaids, all the way behind the handmaids. Pack it in, all of us. Here we go.
Back it in, back it in. Let us begin.
We are here in front of
Song.
this institution that Donald Trump illegitimately packed packed with fascist judges. These judges who waved flags in front of their homes
Right,
in
which
their
one do we want
sympathies with
next?
the January 6th insurrectionists. These are Christian fascists.
Let's do
dominating the
H
Supreme
so that
Court.
we
It is
can
very
get
appropriate that we have
sure
these
get all of
beautiful
this
handmaids standing in front of
filled
this
in
court.
there.
Now I want to ask the people with impeach if you could move to one side or the other so we get Trump must go as well as impeach. I think Trump must go. You guys got to bring the banner closer. I was wrong. Bring it forward behind the handmaids. I thought it might show, but I think it's going to need to be a little up front. Okay. Now I need Jamel. Where are you?
You're so funny to me.
Okay, so you guys remember, repeat after me.
Are you
Mic check.
telling everyone where
Mic check.
they need to stand? And
When I
like,
say, you repeat. When I say, you repeat.
oh my gosh.
This way we all internalize our pledge
Oh my
and
gosh.
send it to the world together and strong. So in a moment,
Because we're not going to have an independent thought.
to my brother Jamel, you're gonna repeat. You're gonna repeat every word
Okay.
he says. Are you with me? Hell yeah!
All right, but before you do that, make some noise for yourselves right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm from New York. We can go back home. I'm from D.C., but I live in New York. We can go back home. But we can do that one more time and say, make some noise right here in Washington, D.C. Because Trump has got to get up out of here. All right. So now, can y'all hear me? Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. So, this is the Supreme Court.
Oh my
But
god.
where are the justices?
Oh
Giving the green
god.
light,
This is so corny.
attacking the
This is so
immigrants.
incredibly corny.
We can't live with fascism. We are so sick of it. We judge you. You're illegitimate. One more time. So this is an ode to the Supreme Court. All right, make some noise for yourself. Giving a green light to attacking the immigrants. We can't live with fascism. We are so sick of it.
Oh, God.
We judge you.
We judge you.
You're illegitimate.
No, they're not.
Yourselves with those fascism.
They went through the proper process to be on the Supreme Court. They're not illegitimate. Like, what?
DC. Join us. Join us.
That in order for them to be illegitimate, they would have had to have not followed the proper process to be on the Supreme Court, but they followed the constitutional process for getting on the Supreme Court. So, how exactly are they illegitimate?
People are fighting for the right to exist. It's illegal to be black or brown right now. Bad or not.
Million people in this country for the first time in our history.
Why are you yelling at them? They're just standing there.
So other people can eat. And these fuckers,
What
these
is it, a
billionaires are
million
gonna
a day
cut that
for the
away.
National Guard in D.C. alone? The National Guard is in L.A. too.
Defending it. And
Sitting on
history
their
will not
asses all day
forget
doing
you.
nothing, protecting no one. Yet they're getting paid. You're getting paid.
They will
Oh
rise.
my
America
gosh.
was built on revolution.
Damn right.
It's coming back. And you're on the wrong side of history. And a lot of you, it's your communities that they're kidnapping. How can you say
Cop doesn't make you white, fuckers. They would arrest you in a fucking second. Not protect you.
It's like they're just making sure that you don't cause damage to the Supreme Court. And they're just making sure that it stays within the bounds of the law. They are not preventing you from expressing your opinion that the Supreme Court is illegitimate.
Have some fucking dignity! Have some fucking patriotism!
They are showing dignity by not punching you in the mouth. God,
They don't care about you. You're expendable to them. You're expendable to them.
Oh, we missed some R.
You are all being used as political pawns.
Thought we got all of the R, and apparently we did not get all of the R.
And this government is protecting pedophiles. The government
Unless that's something.
don't want to release
No, that's R.
their pedophiles. They control this country.
Okay, well, let's get some more of the R taken care of.
Hey, he's gonna go cry because he doesn't think you guys can handle it.
You might have thought it was like the letter P or something.
Listening to the prayers of the children while they take their fucking parents away.
There's some R down there. That's R as well. It's looking really cool so far.
Unlike that one guy in the big booty Latinas hat who's going around promoting people for your life or yours. For all of you, not a pro.
There's almost more people there to document them and making more of a big deal out of the protest than what it is.
He had one scene where he talked about how
Beautiful, sunny
He's a
Huntsville,
pedophile, and
Alabama.
if you support him, you support pedophilia.
Already on schedule. And instead of an FBI, we're going to have a museum of peace. But you know something?
I'm just. Okay, so to folks who are watching, I'm going to depart from the event here. I've been covering it actually for 4.5 hours, basically straight. So if you saw the live stream just now, they basically marched from the Washington Monument all the way up to the top of Capitol Hill, finishing up at the Supreme Court there. They kind of had a map of what their event was going to be. That was kind of the last stop, and they're about to march to just a nearby park where they're going to basically wrap up. So I'm going to kind of call it quits and head home from here. But just kind of as a summary of the day, certainly the most prominent speaker was Michael Fanone, the former U.S. Capitol police officer who had been injured on January 6th, quite notably with a taser. He had spoke, and it was kind of interesting because Refuse Fascism is a project of the group called the RevComs, formerly the Revolutionary Communist Party. So they're certainly trying to adopt a big tent philosophy, right? It would be unusual, to have sort of avowed communists as well as former cops in the same place. You also had people with signs, for example, describing themselves as Republicans against Trump, things like that. So with that, I will have some 4K footage up later today, but I'm going to call it a wrap right here. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching.
I'm about to accept it. Okay. Book Guided 12 says, how are you doing? I am doing great. I hope you are doing well. We gotta find something else to watch though, because this protest has ended. I just want to finish getting this here. This one is I'm trying to encourage people. Guide. Having trouble reading your name here on my screen. Trying to encourage people to consider using the sound alerts, because I think they're fun. Well, let's celebrate. Celebrate good times. Alright, so G is gonna be the biggest one, so let's do. I think the next one I'm gonna do is probably G. But I wanna find something else for us to watch. See what's going on here. I think I might know what I'm leaning towards. Let's find out what was going on. That plane crash. It looks like there's a streamer here with an update on that.
An aircraft.
Let's go back somewhat to the beginning here. We're only about 7 minutes.
Family members in this accident, but those that were also in independent federal agency that is tasked by Congress to investigate every civil aviation accident that occurs in the United States, along with significant railroad, pipeline, rail, and highway events.
Hey everybody,
also
what's
issue
up?
safety recommendations aimed at preventing future losses. Now, before I go any further, on behalf of the entire NTSB, I want to just express our sincere condolences to those who were not only affected by losing family members in this accident, but those that were also injured and those that are still missing. It is a tough day for Louisville, for Kentucky. It's a tough day as being a Kentuckian myself. And I know what a great community this is, how impactful those people that suffered and have died are, and we've seen it all day. We know it is tearing at the community. And we're deeply sorry. And we are here to try to find out not only what happened, but why it happened, and more importantly, how do we prevent it from happening again. So here is some factual information we have at this time. And I'm going to read a few notes to make sure we have it exact. The airplane involved was a McDonnell Douglas II, which was then altered to be an MD-11F. The F stands for freighter. It is now handled by the Boeing Corporation. So whenever you hear that Boeing is a party, it is because of the merger with McDonnell Douglas many years ago. The plane was manufactured in 1991 with the tail number of November 259 UP. The plane was traveling from Louisville, Kentucky to Honolulu, Hawaii. There were 3 souls on board the plane. After being cleared for takeoff, a large plume of fire in the area of the left wing occurred during the takeoff roll. The plane lifted off and gained enough altitude to clear the fence at the end of runway 17R. Shortly after clearing that fence, it made impact with structures and the terrain off of the airport property. A post-impact fire ensued, which covers approximately almost a half of a mile.
Oh, wow.
Now, we have viewed airport CCTV security coverage, which shows the left engine detaching from the wing during the takeoff roll.
So detaching from the wing, you guys remember yesterday we showed there was a picture of an engine on the airport floor, tarmac, whatever. And it was kind of a little jarring to see. That's what he's talking about.
Left engine detaching from the wing during the takeoff roll. This and other videos, along with evidence we were finding, are a very valuable asset to our investigators in helping us hone further which areas we were going to be focusing on as we move into further days of the investigation.
This picture, if you missed it.
Now, let me tell you a little bit about our process at the NTSB. What we will do is analyze the facts, determine the probable cause of this accident, and then issue a report on those recommendations. Now, the investigator in charge of this is with me here. It's Chi Hoon Shin, who has been with the NTSB for 13 years. He is one of our more senior investigators, and in fact was leading one of the groups during the DCA crash. He has a number of other individuals with them. We have approximately 28 from our headquarters and other locations that are either on the ground or will be here before the end of the day. They're also being supported by dozens of individuals at our headquarters in Washington, D.C. and other
Wonder if
field
there's going to
offices.
be
As part of this
conspiracies about
investigation, we will be forming specific groups.
who that
And when
guy
we form a
is,
group,
whether
it
or
will be a
not
focus
he's
area led by an NTSB
been
individual,
with the
along with subject matter experts
NTSB
that are
long
in that field
enough.
that can provide expertise
Just
to
because
help
of his
analyze the
name
evidence.
and the fact that it's
Our
not an
current groups
English
that are being
name.
formed are operations. They will review the history of the
Yes,
accident flight
people
and the crew
actually
members'
do
duties for
crap
as many
like
days
that.
before the crash that appear relevant. Our structures group will document the airframe wreckage, the accident scene, including the calculation of the impact angles to help determine the plane's pre-impact course and altitude. We also have a power plants group. They will work on the examination of the engines.
Okay, so I got a question. I've been noticing some of the get rid of APAC dialogue on the conservative side, but they don't ever talk about getting rid of lobbying as a whole, like Qatar and Saudi Arabia in our lobbying system. Why? Whenever I see like people commenting on that aspect of it, I will see people chime in saying that we need to get rid of all of it. I'm not a fan of a lot of the lobbying that goes on. I guess part of their issue is that they think that they should be required to register as a foreign entity. But they're not. I don't really honestly know quite enough about APAC. I just know that there is apparently a lot of Jewish influence and maybe influence from the country of Israel, maybe. So I know that that's an issue that they have with Apex. As part of it is that they're not required to register as a foreign lobbyist, and some people think that they should.
And engine accessories. We have a systems group. They will study the components of the plane's hydraulic,
I don't know because I don't
pneumatic,
know enough
and associated systems,
about APAC
together with the
itself.
instruments and elements of the flight control system. Now, outside of that group, we have also brought in, and another group that we'll have will
It's
be
one of those
maintenance,
things that's
which
going to
will
be hard to
obviously looking
research because you're
at
just going to go
maintenance
down
records,
this
any work that's been done on this plane
crazy
as back as needed.
rabbit hole.
We are also bringing in
of
specialists
who
in
knows
air
what is
traffic
true
control,
and what isn't.
human performance, aircraft performance, reporters, government relations, media relations. And in addition to our investigators, we have brought 5 of our transportation disaster assistance team. They will be dealing with the survivors, the families, and others under what we call a federally legislated accident from the 1996 Family Assistance Act. Now, tonight we will be holding an organizational meeting and establishing parties to our investigation. Because we're very new into it, we will not be announcing the parties at this moment, but they will obviously be manufacturers of the aircraft, operators of the aircraft, unions representing some of the members. We'll have more details on that probably tomorrow during a briefing. Now, the NTSB offers this party status to those companies, government agencies, and associations that have employees or activities or equipment involved in the accident. And we offer this because they have subject matter expertise and technical expertise and relevant information to help support the development of the best possible report. Now, once a party joins an NTSB investigation, they are not permitted to release documents or talk publicly about the investigation without the consent of the NTSB. Now, you can rest assured right now all of the parties or potential parties are complying with that requirement, and they're cooperating fully with the NTSB investigators. Again, it will be only the NTSB that will release information regarding this accident going forward. Tomorrow will be our first full day on scene. Our investigative teams, we anticipate...
I haven't heard about any survivors. That's a good question. I've heard 9 dead, which I guess people on the ground were killed. And as of 20 minutes ago from a CNN update, it says 3 employees of Louisville facility missing after plane. I wonder if they got caught up in the crash. I'm assuming all the people on the plane are deceased.
It will be here at least a week, if not longer. Our mission, again, is to understand not only what happened, but why it happened, and recommend changes to prevent it from happening again. We will not be determining the probable cause while we are here on scene, nor will we speculate
that engine falling off is crazy.
About what may have caused this. Now, since we're just beginning with the investigation, we don't have more factual information to give you at this time, but we believe over the next couple of days...
Did it fall off or
we'll be
did it
able
get
to
ripped
go a little
off,
bit
I guess
further
is
for you.
my question.
I do want to also mention, this just happened in the last basically 30 minutes. We have identified the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder. This is what is commonly referred to as a black box. We have investigators now that have located it. As you can imagine, it is it's suffered some heat, not intrusion, but heat around it. These recorders are built for that. And just before we get the question, these recorders were updated from its original manufacturer. They are L3 Harris, installed at 2 different dates. We're going back and verifying that. But we feel comfortable once we get these to our lab in D.C. that we will be able to get a good readout of the applicable data, and that will be yet another point of information that will really help us understand what happened during this point of flight. So I would ask, though, if you have the opportunity to let the public know, we know there's a lot of debris out there. And it's in some yards, it's in some business locations. If you can have any debris or you see something that you think is from an aircraft, please contact us at the email address witness@ntsb.gov. Again, that email address is witness@ntsb.gov. Sometimes we get some very good information from items that are found, and with a debris field a half-mile long, we're still making the determination of exactly where and what parts of the airplane and where they're at. Now, be happy to take a few questions. Again, we're limited in the information. When you do, please tell me who you're with and what your name is. Tom, you made the trip.
Thank you, sir. Member Emmett, can you talk about a photo that we've seen in video as well, what appears to be an engine sitting on the side of a road or on the road? Is that, in fact, do you believe that's the #1 left side engine? And separately, you talked about the black boxes that you've identified them, and they should be able to withstand heat, but can you describe what they look like and what, if any, marks, sear marks, black marks there are on those black boxes?
Okay, the first question was basically the engine that's been seen in some photographs. We do believe that that is the engine from the left side of the plane. It is actually on the airfield, so it's not off the airport property. That correlates with the video that we've seen of it detaching from the airplane while it is in flight. We also know that a fire was occurring during that time, and so we're analyzing that. In fact, we have teams right now that are preparing to do the runway in what we call a FOD walk. That is foreign object debris. Obviously, the runways have been shut down, but we need to not only take drone coverage and video coverage of where every piece of this evidence is, but then we need to recover it and tag it, and those will give us even more pieces of information. So right now, it's still in the field. We're making arrangements for that evidence to be recovered and stored in a secure location, and once we are able to analyze it, we may need to ship it off for specialists for things like that, but we do feel comfortable that we're going to get a lot of good information from it. What was your second part?
Judd, can you describe the physical condition of what you saw, how those black boxes actually look?
The physical condition of the black boxes. I've only seen one picture. You could easily tell that it was a black box, 2 types of cylinders on top. Our specialists said they were able to easily identify that. We don't know until it gets to Washington, D.C. I will tell you that they're manufactured to a very specific standard.
Well,
luckily they were not in.
I'm only asking
post-impact
because I
fire
did
for
watch
multiple days or on the bottom of the ocean.
Son of
And so while the
Hamas,
fire may have been
Mossab
intense,
Hassan
it is built to
Youssef.
withstand that. And once we get them to D.C. and we can open them up,
And
take
he
these
has
steps, and
some
sometimes
very
we take
valid
multiple
points,
steps.
which
Now,
is
we'll be multiple, or at
basically
least several days
Judaism,
before we have a readout of those. Because as we
Islamism,
take them apart, we need to let
and
some of our groups
the
go through and
Palestinian
audition them, and then they'll come up with
identity
a
as
potential
martyrs
partial
and
transcript,
victims, which the
looking for
Quran is
identifying
known
markers
to
that we
have
need to delve into
commands in
further
it
while we're on the ground. So, and as
to
always,
convert
we
people
will
to
never be
Islam.
releasing the actual audio of any of those conversations out of respect for those who were involved in the aircraft.
Palestinian identity as martyrs and victims, which the Quran is known to have commands in it to convert people to Islam or kill them in the process. But I did get 2 answers. Which one proceeded to go ahead and say it starts with a Z and it's a threat to Western civilization? Here's the second direct reply I got: because the Jews. For context, if I can post the question. Okay. I mean, this stream is really not about Zionism and the Jews right now, but okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
Alex Capriello with News Nation. While the black boxes and the data recorders are certainly built to withstand heat and exposure and the sort of catastrophe that occurred here, can you give us an idea about the rest of the aircraft, the fuselage, if anything exists, and then perhaps even larger point, the difficulty for you and your investigators when there is a debris field that's half a mile long?
So the question is how the rest of the fuselage, the airplane, as it rests right now, what we may have seen, and how it impacts the investigation. We've seen some aerial videos and some photographs. The emergency management here, along with the first responders, have done an amazing job. We've been working with them since we got on the ground. They have some command posts set up.
Do
And I just
you
wanna
have a
applaud them,
DM I can
for
send
not
you?
only the work
Twip
they've
seems to
done
be insisting on
and the
some
work they are
blocking
doing
the
and
full
courtesies they're providing us,
response.
along with the UPS staff and everyone.
Do you
over
have
at the airport.
Twitter?
But to answer the ultimate question, there are a lot of different parts of this airplane in different places. I mean, whenever you have a post-impact to not only structures but also to the terrain, you have to analyze why it came there, and then how do you recover it correctly in order to analyze it. So I can't give you a real good definition of what it is. There's a lot of different parts. It doesn't complicate it to where it's not recoverable. A mile and a half, a half a mile is a pretty large distance, but we have to be very cautious. The main thing we're also worried about are the safety of not only the investigators, but the first responders that are there.
So they're saying supposedly the new figures, I was tagged, new figures in the Louisville, Kentucky UPS plane crash, 9 dead, 15 others transported to the hospitals, 13 discharged, 2 in critical condition, and 16 people still unaccounted for.
Oh my
Wow.
God, 16 are unaccounted for?
Wow.
That's not good. That means
we
that
know that there's
we're
been some sheltering
probably
places in the area.
facing
We also know that
16.
while the fire departments were working throughout the night,
Wow.
there were occasionally little flare-ups in different spots. So they're having to constantly
Okay,
monitor
let
that
me,
to make sure it's safe for someone to get in.
let
So
me
it may
type
not
out
be
to
the
you
length of the
my
debris field. It
Twitter
may be
here.
where the debris field is in, say, a recycling facility or another location, and the amount of course fuel that the plane was carrying. Those can all add to the complexity of an investigation. Yes, ma'am.
Let me make sure I can say it right.
So the question was, are we aware of any staffing shortages because of the government shutdown? We are not at this time. SDF Tower, from what we can see and what we've been told, was at its proper complement. I don't have the exact records, but I will put you to the fact that we have formed groups in areas that we're focusing information on.
I mean,
We have
it's the
not
same
formed an
as
APC
my
group. We have specialists in that, but at this
my
point, it has
handle.
not elevated itself to the point
All
to where
one
we feel
word.
they need an entire working group. And I would go back to the same thing in regard to the shutdown. Our investigators have been working since the day it started. The shutdown occurred. I've been working every day since then. We've only recalled a few individuals yesterday just to handle some of the logistics of our travel and our movements. But we have everyone we
just
need
like
and then
that.
some in order to make sure we're performing this investigation.
The government shut down.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and send it there, and I'll look at it a little bit. I'm kind of wanting to try and hear this
The
stuff.
question is how much fire in regard to this fuel load and how in the United States we don't see it very much, which is great. And it means that the recommendations we've made over 15,000 recommendations in our 65-year history. We have about an 82% success ratio. We have a mantra that used to be in front of our training facility, and it's from tragedy we draw knowledge to improve the safety for all. And so for every tragedy we've had, we draw more knowledge and we try to learn from that. And we hope that we don't repeat the same mistakes. So in this case, I'm sure we're going to learn some new things. We're going to make some recommendations and some findings. What they are yet, we do not know. But I would say a freighter that's fully loaded, that's going to Honolulu, is going to have a large amount of fuel. And that obviously was a part of the post-accident response. Yes, sir.
What's the rotating speed of a fully fueled Heavy 11? How fast is it going to take off?
The question was, what is the rotation speed? Takeoff speed? 175, 180? I don't have the exact figures for you. I apologize. I'm not a pilot. We will be looking at that. Typically, you're looking at speeds in the 150s to 180s, 190s, but I don't want to give you a definitive number because I would be guessing. And some of those are based upon exactly what's occurring at what point of flight that it's occurring. So there's a lot of different things that go into it in addition to the weight and balance. All of these have been mapped out over decades to specifically know how much thrust and speed is needed to obtain lift and to achieve it, and if necessary, to do an emergency diversion. So we've had a lot of experience with that. I don't know at this point if it will be a factor, but it's certainly something we'll look at. Yes, sir.
Dylan Lovin, Associated Press. Was this flight delayed and maintenance being done on this flight before?
So the question was this flight delayed or was maintenance being done before that? We, as part of the maintenance group, they will be going back and looking at every aspect of maintenance that was done on this plane and how many cycles since it's occurred. To date, UPS has indicated to us that it was not delayed and that there was not maintenance work done immediately before. Now, again, that is information that we will still collaborate and independently verify, but at least by first glance, we do not see that happening. I know it's been reported some places, but we have not found something to lead us into looking at immediate pre-takeoff.
Two more questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Like, I have to post the question in a post somewhere of yours. Subscription.
The question is in regard to airworthiness directives
DM to you.
regarding the engine or the actual aircraft. I'm not aware of.
Sorry about that.
We go through a very regimented process of things that we do.
But I mean, that's totally fine.
Directives,
you
advisory
can do it that
circulars,
way.
service bulletins. To say that there's none would be probably very unlikely because an aircraft that's been flying for that many years could have had multiple different generations. It will be something that we'll look at. We'll be confirming whether the work was done or how it was done and who did it. But at this point, we have not seen anything that's said we need to hone in on a specific area. One more question?
One
yes,
more.
sir.
WHAS here in Louisville. How much of your investigation focuses on the runway itself here at SDF, and will the runway remain shut down as you continue to investigate?
So the question is in regard to how much of our investigation will focus on the runway and how long it will be shut down. The runway itself, from what we have seen, was obviously being used continually. Louisville has a lot of operations every day. They have a really great crew that works on their operations, maintenance, and upkeep. We'll be looking at any type of factor, such as when they last did a FOD scan or whether there was good skid, whatever. A lot of different things go into the actual pavement. So right now, we're not seeing something that says we need to open up an airport working group. In regard to the closure of the runway, we're very cognizant. I mean, I was here 4 months ago, meeting with the safety staff. They invited me up, got to talk to the president of UPS Airlines and all of their safety staff. We were walking through a lot of different scenarios. And one of the things that struck me was not only is this a company that moves freight, they are delivering life-saving drugs, postal products, food, supplements, you name it, that come through this hub every night. And so we've been emphasizing the need to make sure we're getting every piece of perishable evidence and doing it in the most diligent way, but at the same time, understanding that this investigation could slow down a lot of important products, not just for this company, but for Americans across the country and across the world. And I think we have to be cognizant of that. That's the reason why we were working so diligently today to try to do the mapping and to get the FOD walk. In regard to actually keeping the runway shut down, we do not shut down runways as the airport authority. Obviously, they have been working with us in a great fashion and are trying to do everything they can to make sure we have the information. But we are hopeful that we can turn over at least one of the runways shortly, and as soon as possible, the other runway, while still preserving all the evidence. Thank you very much.
Timeline when you might have a preliminary report out?
That's gonna be months, dude. Months.
Okay, so that was the NTSB little update.
These take.
9 people dead.
We're looking at several
reportedly,
months.
I think I said how many people missing? 16. Check out this
Yeah,
video too.
so
This is pretty wild. This was at a.
I mean, unfortunately, unless some of those 16 were on vacation or something, and
wow,
they have no clue what's going on.
Person took off running.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but the death pool is probably gonna end up being around 27
unreal.
people. That's just fact. And it's unfortunate.
Shoulder, you can sort of see the smoke and the smoldering from that massive fire from where that UPS plane crashed yesterday. We are told 7 people have been confirmed dead, but according to Mayor Greenberg, they are thinking that number is going to rise. There's a shelter in place for a quarter of a mile around the debris area that's near Great Lane, so just make sure you're cautious of that. Jefferson County Public Schools closed today as well. This is a story we're going to continue to follow very closely throughout the day. The next few days, if not weeks, NTSB investigators will arrive in Louisville today, and we will continue to update you on this tragic UPS plane crash. Good morning. We're live at Muhammad Ali International Airport in Louisville talking about that deadly UPS plane crash that happened around 5:15 yesterday. As the sun is coming up, if you look right there over my left shoulder, you can sort of see the smoke and the smoldering from that massive fire from where that UPS plane crashed yesterday. We are told.
Insane. So that's the update on that. I have apparently Comcast coming out here soon in a couple of minutes to look at the internet again, but like I've been saying, my next alternative is I'm getting Starlink, and I'm getting a special router that combines the internet, makes it into one. So if one gets a little funky, the other one kicks in, something like that. But let me just real quick, so I wanted to go over this because I saw this kind of popping up, this story about an Arizona dad. An Arizona dad. Where is it here? Oh, they said they just got here. Damn. Gotta be quick. Arizona dad that, okay. This guy's name is
It looks
Christopher
like you-
Schultes.
You might still
He
be
left his 2-year-old to die
typing
while
some of
apparently
it.
watching adult videos, playing video games, and getting drunk. Well, apparently now he's found deceased. He was supposed to serve 30-year sentence.
So I'm being treated like a murderer?
No,
I just lost my...
not at all. I know that. And I know this isn't easy for you. That's why I'm trying to be straightforward and honest with you, okay?
My whole family, my whole family's gonna be ruined.
We'll get right. So we can't let you do that right now. We have to stand by with you, okay? As soon as you can, we will let you
You
know.
can stay in the room if you want, but I'm gonna talk.
I know this isn't easy for you, but the quicker we get this done and finished up, the sooner you can be with your wife. All right?
I'm trying
need
to
stand by
rinse off
with you.
so I can go to the
I know,
hospital
but
to be with my wife.
we're not going to shower or anything right now. You need to stand by with us.
I don't understand why.
Okay, that's you. We just need to stand by
And
with
I'm
you.
standing by. Why can't I take a
know.
shower while you stand by? What is...
It's not necessary right now. I'm not going to stand here and watch you shower. There'll be time for that, but it's not right now.
All right.
Isn't that crazy?
One second here.
And so they're saying this
New
dude.
developments today in a tragic.
This from a year ago. This was from, I think, actually 2024. After leaving 2-year-old to die in hot car while he watched porn. And so now he's found dead. They're thinking it's suicide. Here's some more video.
Hot car death of a toddler south of the valley. That death has led to first-degree murder charges against the
Oh, it wasn't video games, adult videos.
girl's father. The Marana Police Department released body cam video from the day this happened. 12 News journalist Jonathan McCall live in the...
For the first time, we're watching as Marana police and first responders arrived to the home of Christopher Schultz back on July 9th. Schultz now charged with first-degree murder and child abuse after his 2-year-old daughter died inside of a hot car.
She was left in the car after 45 minutes, but it was said it was on.
Was the air conditioning on? Yes.
But I guess it turned off, right?
Throughout the video, the officer following Schultz, he's seen pacing around his house, grabbing his face, and asking for updates on his daughter.
Anything? Anything?
Okay, so.
Oh. He tried to say it was video game
But
and then
Apex-
admitted it was gooning. Wow.
I mean,
Marana police say that little girl.
okay, so. Hey, y'all, I'm trying to square something. And could use your take if we're serious about ending foreign influence in DC, which I think most of us here are. Why do we only ever talk about APEC? I get the critique, lobbying is legalized corruption, full stop. But APEC's 100 billion is dwarfed by Saudi 300 million plus over the last decade. Qatar's 5 billion plus to U.S. universities or even Turkey's care-linked spending. All of them write policy, fund candidates, and fly Congress around. So here's the real test. If we ban APEC tomorrow, do we also ban the rest, or is it just about Israel? The principle stops there. I don't think that the principle stops there personally. What the APEC people, part of the reason the APEC people keep thumping their chests about the anti-APEC people, the reason they keep thumping their chests about the APEC is that they believe that people don't want to recognize the influence that the Israeli government has on our government. Okay. From their standpoint, everyone spends all of their time talking about, these other foreign countries while ignoring what Israel does. Okay, and then you have the people that really go down this rabbit hole of, oh, Israel is doing all kinds of foreign stuff, evil stuff, and we just give them a pass. So there's kind of that aspect as well. I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think that the principle stops there myself. We shouldn't want any foreign lobbying from any government. And unfortunately, for now, we do. So, but I don't feel like any good has come from the amount of lobbying that we have from foreign countries. Because the voice that should matter and the opinion that should matter is that of the American people. Right, so I pretty much have been encountering the opposite of the tribal culture, which is fixated on Israel and the Jews. I feel like I see both. So you do have the people that are fixated, and then you have the people that they want both stopped. I'm really not, like the expert on the whole APEC issue and all the funding that goes on.
In that car for
horrible,
three
man.
long
3
hours before she was finally
Wow.
found. The outside temperature that
How long
day,
do you need?
109 degrees. Schultz expected to be
horrible,
back
man.
in court next month. Troy, we'll send it back to you.
Jonathan, thank you. Let's take a legal deep dive into this case now.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Comcast is here, but I'll be available tonight if anything pops off. And yeah, I'll be around tomorrow. I'm gonna be busy. I have family stuff I'm dealing with, health stuff for them and stuff like that. So it's my daughter, all this stuff going on. So I'm kind of like in and out. But this evening I will be around. Tomorrow I'll probably be busy for the most of the day, to the afternoon or evening. I don't know. All right. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try to post something to the clips. Well, I don't know. Do I have clip stuff? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I have clip stuff. All right. Bye. Peace. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Okay, we gotta find something else.
Oh, you don't know what gooning is? You don't know the story and the history behind gooning? It's kind of sick, actually. Damn, I gotta go. There's this guy that was caught pulling up in a drive-thru and he was touching himself, and the lady caught him. It was recorded. The guy ended up killing himself. That's where gooning.
Okay. That got shut off. Not so sure that was a bad thing that it got shut off. Portland Andy has got multiple things here. JR seems to think that there's a massive ICE protest, and then he's talking to about the Supreme Court protesting in Washington, D.C. I don't know what the massive ICE protest is. Let's see what Portland Andy has. Let's see if we might have a better idea of just how massive the protest is based on what he has. Yesterday with protesting, there really wasn't a lot going on. Definitely, I just wanted to at least see another perspective, since I wanted to make sure I wasn't being incorrect on what I was seeing. Because it can be dangerous to let both sides of the tribal culture have their way. Yeah, tribal culture is something like, I voted for Trump 3 times. That doesn't necessarily mean that I have to think that I agree with everything that he's going to do.
To build on those elections.
In tribal culture, everything that he does is perfect and wonderful. And I don't necessarily take that position. So.
And this is the second piece. It's about getting here to the nation's capital. We know that people have
The interesting thing about some of these protests is that you used to be able to find it crazily on YouTube, but it seems like their big thing to do is to go on TikTok. TikTok is where you find a lot of these things, and I don't particularly like having to snipe Andy, although he doesn't seem to care if people do. But I find it a pain in the butt to try to organize these things because it's just I prefer to use this to embed them so that I can play multiple things. And you can't embed them like you do everything else. And they're just kind of they're weird to work with.
This will not be a situation where you're going out into your hometown or city, demonstrating for a couple of hours.
There is another guy that
with some really cool posters, and
he doesn't put himself on screen. He just has a.
That is not how you dislodge authoritarianism.
I wonder if he's streaming yet.
Sustained, ongoing, relentless, non-violent presence here in our nation's capital for us to win this.
I don't think he's streaming yet.
It will also take personal sacrifice. Some will be small, some will be great. For those watching at home, I want to give you an example.
Well, keep an eye out for
Today,
him.
right now, my 17-year-old daughter, Risa Ankiti, who I love more than anything in the world, is possibly playing, fingers crossed that it won't be, her last high school volleyball game. She's playing in the state tournament today. I hope Trinity Hall beats Camden Catholic in that non-public A matchup in New Jersey.
No.
But there's a chance
I don't want the pencil.
that they
Goodness
might lose.
gracious.
And that I won't be on the sideline like this with a big hug for my daughter this afternoon. But she knows why. I took her to Germany last April. And I took her to Dachau. And I took her on other tours of what happens so she could see when a fascist regime comes to power, the devastating impacts that it can have on humanity.
What?
So she said, Dad, I know. You got to go save the world. I'll win today. Try to get home Friday for the next match. And for everybody at home,
What? This guy thinks he's saving the world? What?
You're going to miss your kids' games. You're going to miss a birthday party. You're going to miss a holiday gathering. You're going to possibly miss work. You're going to have to rearrange your schedules because this is not politics as usual.
Oh, dang,
This
Laura.
is not me having a disagreement with the
My dog
right-wing
for a
guys
walk
that I went to
ASAP.
high school over healthcare policy. This is about a fascist who within less than a year is consolidating power in a way that we have never seen in our constitutional republic. And this is why each and every one of us that are here today and are out there in our country, around cities and towns and hamlets all over the United States, need to commit to make the sacrifices so that my daughter and your grandchild and my grandchild and every kid that will come
goodness.
after us will have a republic that is free and fair, where liberty and justice for all is the rule of the land.
Oh boy.
And this is why we say, in the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. The Trump fascist regime
Oh gosh.
must go now.
Well, how do you plan to accomplish that?
Whoa.
Because you can stand out there protesting all you want, but he's still president.
Of what Jim was saying
So-
about getting it done, I want to give you a few ways that we're going to do that together. That those who are here are going to bring forward the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands, the millions that need to be in this. So first, there's a sign right here. Okay? I'm going to read it as well. If you haven't already, now is the time. Text no Trump, no space, to 855-755-1314. All caps, no space. And why are you going to do that? Because then you're going to get the schedule, you're going to get connected, you're going to be part of this movement, you're going to know how to act, you're going to be able to share your ideas, your skills, your talents, and yes, your resources.
So who is paying for you to have that set up? Who's paying for it?
to that same number.
This is why, you know, things like this is why people feel like
We
it's
give generously
it's
to others, and
Soros.
you can share that with others. Number 2, there's a table.
NGO sponsored by Soros are sending you the money to.
You're going to get a stack of materials like this flyer to get out in your neighborhood. If you're part of the New York crew, for instance, that's going to be meeting back up over here, if you're on the New York bus, you're going to get some flyers before you head back so you can tell your loved ones
Well, we're getting
coming
free
back
tires?
to D.C.
We're getting new tires,
And
my
if
boys.
you're part of an organization who wants to help make this happen, go over to the table too so we can connect. And last one, I want to go over the schedule again because this is just the launch. This is the beginning. As important as today was, we got to go forward from here.
Right,
So
squad?
tomorrow, 11 a.m., we're going to march from George Washington University to Georgetown University.
That's 8
So we're
a.m.
going to meet at Colonial Lane Northwest and 8th Street, which is between 21st and 22nd Northwest and 8th Street. And you'll see a big gate, big entrance, so meet us there. And then, very, very important, Friday, 9 a.m., let's do a quiz. Where are we meeting Friday at 9 a.m.? Oh, you are good students. You are good students.
Friday at 9 a.m. I'll be at work.
Friday, 9 a.m. at the Supreme Court. Love won, and we're not going back. Trump must go now. Saturday, 11 a.m., we're going to do a neighborhood march through Columbia Heights, a neighborhood that's targeted by Trump's ICE Gestapo.
Oh no, the
It's going to
Pats
be
are
from
coming.
Mount Pleasant, Lamont
Get off my
Plaza
dogs
to U
ASAP.
Street and 14th Street Northwest. And then on Sunday,
I'm just glad you're not marching in my neighborhood.
we're going to do a veterans-led action. It's going to be veterans say no to the War Department, no to the war on U.S. cities. We pledge an oath to the Constitution.
He's done. Oh, everyone's done. They all died on me at the same time. Beautiful.
Uh-oh.
Perfect timing then, folks. That's beautiful. All right, I'm out
Well,
of here. I
that's
gotta
voodoo.
go walk my dogs, clean my house, eat some food, all that good stuff. Wash my freaking dishes that are right here from last night. My tacos.
Yeah, I probably have
Thank
some
you all for
dishes
hanging
that
out.
should
I do
get.
appreciate you all chilling for the past 2 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Ooh.
Shout out to my moderators for help keeping the chat clean. I do
Oh, so he's
appreciate it.
really done?
Last
No.
but not least, shout out to all the heroes who donate the ones and zeros. Without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you again. And until next time, my friends.
For this next one, we're about to Portland, Oregon.
Well,
One of my favorite streamers lives. His name's Portland.
I'm probably gonna need.
Shout out to heroes. Shout out to everyone.
Hot dogs all on the grill, mustard sitting on the windowsill, green tracksuit freshly pressed.
Oh, there's something.
In his best, he got plastic yellow and caramelized, and a little bit of Scotch on his eyes. Shout out to all the heroes, getting donated the ones and zeros. Portland Eddie, can you get the gist? He's a modern day adventure.
Let's see what.
Manly man, he's got a thick wrist. He could easily beat you up. Portland Andy's come so far from a 3 Andy to a movie star. He is out there fighting Antifa.
Poor.
And I'm proud to call him my bro. He's a Portland Eddie, and that's all I know.
Okay.
For the powerful is maintained.
Oh,
Thank
this
you.
one is not
Thank you
letting
very
me
much.
rewind it.
We know that Donald Trump and Republicans here
Can't
in
start
Congress
from the beginning.
and all their billionaire buddies don't care about slashing and now terminating food assistance programs for 40 million Americans, including 16 million kids. How can we say that with confidence? Because as my colleague said, They showed us who they were in what they called the Big Beautiful Bill. It was beautiful if you're a billionaire. For everybody else, it sucked. And one of the things they did was cut food assistance programs for almost $200 billion to help finance those tax cuts for their billionaire buddies. That was a choice. It was an intentional, deliberate choice. Tax breaks for billionaires at the expense of kids and other on food and nutrition programs. And what they're doing right now is also a deliberate choice. They are using this Trump shutdown to inflict unnecessary pain on the American people. We've seen this already in the context of federal employees, where they've been illegally firing federal employees. Just within the last 48 hours, a federal judge said that they were imposing political retribution on federal employees. We know what Russ Vought told the country he wanted to do. He said he wanted to impose trauma on federal employees. And now what they're doing is using these cuts to food nutrition programs to impose trauma on all of the American people.
We opened the government
we know it's
then.
deliberate because, as my colleagues have pointed out repeatedly, this statement was on the Department of Agriculture website just within the last few weeks. They know what congressional intent is. They know they've got the money, and they are choosing not to use it for this purpose. So this is a sadistic policy being imposed by Russ Vought and Donald Trump and Republicans, depriving 40 million Americans of food nutrition assistance to keep paying for their billionaire buddies' tax cuts. I looked up in Webster's the definition of sadism, and the definition is to delight in cruelty. That's really sick.
Uh-oh.
But that's exactly what
You had to look that
Donald
up?
Trump and Russ Vought and Republicans are doing. They're delighting in cruelty.
You had to look that up to understand what
40
sadism
million
is?
Americans and 16 million of them kids for
Okay.
their perverse purposes at this moment. Our message is pretty simple. You don't have to do it. In fact, the law says you should spend the money to make sure that we feed hungry Americans. So don't do it, and join us, as we've done 7 times now, to vote to reopen the government without giving Donald Trump and Russ Vought a blank check, and also to bring down health care costs that are going through the roof. That's our message.
Senator Warren.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. For the first time in American history, a president of the United States is shutting down access to food for millions of Americans. Donald Trump has made the decision to let people across this country go hungry. Trump is telling 15 million hungry children, eat dirt. Trump is telling 1 million hungry vets, eat dirt. Trump is telling 8 million seniors who are hungry, eat dirt. That is how much Donald Trump cares about the children, the veterans, the seniors, the people of this country. Look, Donald Trump knows how to round up money. He's managed to round up money for a gold-encrusted ballroom to replace the East Wing of the White House. He has managed to round up $40 billion for Argentina, but he can't manage to round up 1 nickel for hungry children in this country. This is a manufactured crisis. Donald Trump and the Republicans, part 1, decided to cut benefits for those who are hungry in the big
I
beautiful
blame
bill.
both sides right
Part
now.
2 is the government shutdown. Donald Trump and the Republicans would rather shut down government than help Americans afford their health care. And part 3 is Donald Trump and the Republicans ignore current law, ignore the $6 billion already sitting in reserve in order to deny hungry people access to the food they need. So while Donald Trump is dreaming of well-done steaks with ketchup to be eaten in his gold-encrusted ballroom, little kids will go hungry. I am proud to be here.
Shutdown workers are not getting paid. People are worried about escalating healthcare costs. People are being worried about being thrown off the healthcare they have. And the Republicans in the House are saying, hey, guys, take a 6-week paid vacation. You don't have to be here in Washington, D.C. To me, that is pretty insane. And let me be clear what it would mean if Republicans got their way and this so-called CR, continuing resolution, were to pass. First, it would throw 15 million Americans off the health care they have because of massive cuts to Medicaid and the ACA. And what studies from Yale and the University of Pennsylvania and elsewhere indicate that when you throw 15 million working class and low-income people off the health care they have, 50,000 of them will die unnecessarily every year. So what this legislation is about is whether we vote to allow 50,000 of our fellow Americans to die unnecessarily
I
every
need to
year
get some exercise.
because they were thrown off of Medicaid and
do
the
some
ACA.
walking.
Further, if the Republicans were to prevail, what it means is that on average, health insurance premiums for the 20 million plus people on the Affordable Care Act on average would double. In my state of Vermont, we have now received information there are some people who would pay a tripling or a quadrupling of their health care premiums when Americans are already paying the highest prices in the world.
Fortunately, I
for
mean,
healthcare. People cannot
my employer
afford
provides
a doubling or a tripling
health
in their
insurance.
health care premiums.
And it would be nice if I didn't
And
have
now
to
what
pay
brings us
anything
here
for
today,
it. I
in
do.
an absolutely unbelievable way, President Trump is refusing to release the $5 billion in emergency funding for SNAP that helps feed 16 million kids.
There has been some debate on whether or not technically he has the authority to do with that. And you know, they'll say no kings, but then expect that he should make those kind of decisions and take the power out of Congress's hand on how those funds are spent. Maybe he does have the authority to do it, and maybe he doesn't. I don't really know. I'm just suspicious of the idea that they have decided that he has the authority to do it, when the quickest and easiest thing for them to do is just reopen the government. You know? That's the quickest, easiest thing for them to do, is to just reopen the government. And for some reason, neither side will do it. So. Alright, well, I'm going to get some exercise, stretch my legs some. I'm pretty pleased with how much I'm getting done with this. I'm hoping I will get at least one done tonight. We'll see how that goes. Alright. Catch y'all later.